Hey, welcome to Courageous Living. I'm your girl Kiki Ramsey, and on this show I aim to help you live courageous in everything you do. Well, today is a very special episode because we're going to say goodbye to perfectionism. So, a quick question for you is, do you think you're perfect? Let's see here. Do you think you're perfect? Now, when I ask that question like that, everyone says, of course I don't think I'm perfect. No, there's no way. I don't think I'm perfect. However, a lot of times we live our life with this perfectionism syndrome where we walk around and we have to do everything right because we want it to be just perfect. Well, no more of that, because we're saying bye-bye to perfectionism on this episode. So don't go anywhere, because right after this, we're going to get right into it. Saying bye-bye to perfectionism. So I asked you the question earlier, do you think you're perfect? Of course you don't think you're perfect, because if you were perfect, you would probably be God. And none of us walking on this earth is God, so we're not perfect. But why do we walk around and we live our lives like we are perfect? We have to cross all of our T's, dot all of our I's. We have to make sure everything is absolutely in order for us to move forward. Well, it is a travesty when we do that to ourselves. We actually end up setting ourselves up for failure when you actually think that everything has to be okay before you launch. So I coach a lot of women in the areas of courage and being courageous. And a lot of times what courage means is doing something before you're even ready. That's what courage truly means, meaning moving forward in your life before you're even ready. And so a lot of the women who I coach, they want things to be perfect. They want it to look right. They want to cross their T's, dot their I's. They want to have everything in order for them to move forward and for them to feel like they can make progress. But I have to really break it down to them that things don't have to be perfect in your life in order for you to move forward. Things can be semi-perfect before you can move forward. It can be just a little bit. There can be something wrong with it and you can still move forward. I can remember when I was launching my business and I wanted everything to be right. I wanted my website to be perfect. I wanted all my marketing materials to be absolutely perfect, because there's no way I could put something out in the marketplace that was inferior, because people would have something to say. Oh, Lordy. God forbid people have something to say, right? No. Here's the thing. None of us are perfect. And most of the time, I would say probably 99% of the time, if you made a mistake, no one would know. No one would know. I remember when I started my business and I started speaking, and I would mess up. And I would feel so terrible and so bad because I messed up a line. But at the end of the day, what I realized is that nobody even knew I messed up a line. The only person who knew was me, because I knew how I had processed the line out. I knew that, and so I'm the only one who knew I messed up. And that's probably the same for you. If you make a mistake in your life, sometimes you're the only person who knows. So stop trying to be so perfect, because that actually doesn't even exist. The word perfect, being perfect, doesn't even exist, but we try so hard. So what I'm going to do And today we're just going to talk about a couple things that can help you along this process if you are healing from the perfectionism syndrome, is what I call it. I want to help you along that path. And so number one, I want you to stop having unrealistic expectations of yourself. Yes, what do I mean by that? Well, a lot of times as we're going about our life and our day, we have these major expectations about what are we going to get done, the time we're going to spend, how short of a time we're going to spend, the goals we're going to reach, and some of them are astronomically outrageous. I can remember having lists this long. Like I wish I had like a long, piece of paper, list this long. Everything's full, back and front. That was my expectation of what I was going to get done in one single day. I would have 20, 30, 40 things on it. And I truly wanted to get it done. And I wanted every last one of them to be perfect. And I had to stop setting myself up because it was super duper unrealistic. So stop setting yourself up and putting all these unrealistic expectations on yourself when there's no need for that. You got to give yourself room to grow and breathe. Give yourself room to make mistakes because we all do. I truly believe that success only comes after you make a lot of mistakes. I mean, you can't have a success if you don't first have a failure. And so you can't be perfect in the sense that you never get anything wrong and everything always goes right. Please stop having those unrealistic expectations for yourself. Number two, embrace your own unique and individual beauty. You are absolutely beautiful. You are, and I mean, all of us are. We are so beautiful in our own right. And I think a lot of times we don't really realize how beautiful we truly are. Do you realize that you're the only you? Like you are literally the only one you traveling the earth today. There is no one else who has your DNA, who has your hair, who has your eyes and your leg and your chemistry and your makeup. No one else is like that. No one else is like that. And whether you like yourself or not, you are still individually, uniquely, and beautifully made by the Most High. You are. And so I want you to embrace that, because here's the deal. When you embrace that, you shine. You shine. Because we can't sit and try to be like somebody else. Because that's not the way God made us. He didn't make us to be like somebody else. And so in that sense, I want you to allow your beauty to shine, because if you think about it, the people who you admire the most in the world, they're different, correct? They are different. There's nobody else like Oprah or Ayala Van Zandt or Katy Perry or Beyonce or just all these amazing names. They're one of a kind. They're absolutely one of a kind. And we like them because they're different. We like them. I mean, even Lady Gaga, I mean, she is so uniquely different. And she has so many fans because she's different. Because she's different. So you have to embrace your unique beauty and your difference, because that's how you were made. You weren't made to be perfect. You were made to be you. And the last one is let go of other people's expectations for yourself. See, here's the thing. We set ourselves up for failure and we want to be perfect and get it just right so that people can like us. Well, other people's, at the end of the day, other people's opinions don't even matter when it comes to our lives. Because most people are not going home with you. They're not paying your bills. They're not cooking your meals. None of that they're doing. So you can't be perfect and fit yourself in this little bitty box because you're trying to live up to an expectation that somebody else wants you to live up to. I want you to focus on doing what it is you want to do for yourself and not for somebody else. So I hope these helped you. I want to hear how they helped you on our blog. This week, I want you to tell me how you stopped being perfect, how you stopped trying to be perfect. I want you to tell me what things did you just let them be and just move forward and stop making it perfect. Let me know that on my blog. Go over to kikiramsey.com and leave a comment on the blog, because I truly want to hear from you and I want to interact with you. Well, I'm so glad you joined me this week, and I just love doing these things for you. I love making these videos for you because it makes me feel awesome inside that I can help impart some love into your life. Until next time, I want you to live courageous.